Oh, it looks like we are on line with Facebook, Spiritual Life Center Facebook, as well as my YouTube channel. And here we are on Friday, April the 3rd. Kind of losing track of the time. But Friday, April the 3rd. Yeah, I see a few folks coming on. And I was going to ask folks if they have any projects or skills they're trying to develop with the extra time that they have. I decided that, among other things, just working on my regular stuff on this book I'm doing and marketing that I'm going to relearn how to jump rope, because I found a jump rope in the garage. So I'm going to go ahead and I tried a little bit, and I got a long way to go to get back any kind of skills in jumping rope, but I think it'll help me with my cardio and exercise while I'm going on. So if you're doing anything special with the extra time that you have, let me know. Write it up in the chat box and kind of let us know what's going on right now. Let's see. All right, sound turned on. Okay, Stephanie, I assume you all can hear me. Hopefully you can. If you can't hear me, let me know. Well, of course, if you can't hear me, you probably can't hear me asking that question, but I assume that everything is on. All right, let me go ahead and get started. I see Joseph Fisher is on, and Stephanie is on, and yes, and he said, yes, we can. That means he can hear, and that yes, we can means a lot of different things. We can get through this together. I was, thinking, have a lot of time to think while I'm at home between doing the preparation for stuff at Spiritual Life Center and doing my own projects. In my previous life, I used to practice law, and lawyers, we used to have love lawyer jokes. Believe it or not, we love them more than anybody else. I'm not necessarily going to do any lawyer jokes. So I do think about one. People would ask, what does 1,000 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean mean? And somebody said, a good start. If you have to be a lawyer to understand that, they get on each other's nerves quite a bit. I got something in the on my social media to help individuals realize the importance of, really following the instruction of staying in home and doing all the other things to stay safe, including, the social distancing as we're going through this. And a friend of mine, BB, sometimes she comes on, I saw on her feed, because there are some people who are challenging this idea that they needed to stay in. And one person in particular asked her, well, where can I get my hair and my nails done? And she said, the place you need to go for your hair and nails is the local morgue, the local mortician. Stay at home. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny and got my attention. Each morning, I often listen to some music, and sometimes in my YouTube feed, I pick up some songs I'd never heard before. And I recently picked up a song that I've been listening to regularly by a British songwriter and artist by the name of Arliss. I think it's spelled Arliss, but I think it may be pronounced Arliss. And she doesn't do spiritual songs or necessarily uplifting songs. She really does mostly love songs, heartbreak songs. But there's one song that she does that I've just been listening to regularly because it touches the depth of my soul. And the name of the song is Every Time I Breathe. And there's a line in that song that says, what does the lines go? That's 99 good thoughts, one thought bad. That one drives me mad. And it reminded me that, we really need to watch our thoughts. We're going through a challenging time, but oftentimes, in addition to just observing and being clear about the facts of a situation, we'll add our own story to it. In other words, we'll make it a lot more horrendous than the actual fact. And this is not to dismiss, the challenge that we're going through or the crises that we're experiencing, but oftentimes we'll look at a situation and we see something that's challenging, uncomfortable for us, but then we'll add our own story and interpretation on it, seeing the worst case scenarios that could happen or may be happening that's only in our minds. And so it reminds me that as we go through this time, one of the things that's very important is that we just be clear on what our thoughts are and see where we're making up things that are creating more stress, more anxiety than the facts warrant. And like I said, it doesn't mean that we want to reduce the significance of what's going on, but we don't want to create any unnecessary and useless suffering for ourselves. So we want to distinguish between what's really going on and the thoughts that we have about what's going on, separate the two, and so that we can keep it to what's actually happening. So anyway, just my thought for the day. That's one of the powers of meditation. And today we'll meditate using mindfulness to help us get clear on what's coming through our consciousness at any given time so that we can release those things that are not bring unnecessary grief in our life. But let's start out today by reading the daily word for today. And today's daily word is reflection. And it says, I am a glorious reflection of the divine within me. The moon reflecting across a still lake is a beautiful, tranquil sight, as the brightness of the moon illuminates the water below. When I look in a mirror, I see an image of my body, but I know there is more to me than what I see in the mirror. As I look within and explore my mind and the depths of my being, I discover another image, that of my spiritual nature. This image is a reflection of God, an expression of light, life, love, and power. Further exploring the truth, I see myself as wise, whole, loving, peaceful, and fully capable. I relish the truth that I am a divine being, able to do all things through the infinite qualities within myself. I know that my reflection of my inner being grows continually brighter and more beautiful as I let my light shine. And from Hebrews, the first chapter and the third verse, it reminds us, He is the reflection of God's glory and the exact imprint of God's very being. So we remember that we are indeed our reflection of this presence, that we're glorious reflections of the divine that's within each and every one of us. So let's take a few moments. Let's turn within. Let's go to that secret place of the Most High. Just focus on our breathing. Turn your attention away from the outer. And give your full attention to every in-breath and out-breath. Let us be fully here now. And anytime our attention goes away, thought arises, no matter what it is, we simply observe it and then come back to our breath. With each in breath and out breath, we relax our mind by stilling our thoughts. And as we still our mind and quiet our minds, we relax our bodies. So we're fully present to be vessels of the Spirit of the living God. In this state of being fully here now, we're totally open and receptive to all that the Spirit of God is. Let us rest assured in this presence, the quietness of our being for just a moment, as we focus on our breathing in and out, fully here now. Focus on your breath. Let the thoughts that come out just focus and float on by. Observe them with non-attachment. Be in the moment and focus on your breath as you go in and out. Feel you are grounded in the here and now. Feel your abdomen rise and fall with each breath and focus on that. Feel yourself becoming more present in this moment, in each moment. For the here and now is the only thing we have. It is always now. Give your attention to your breath. If your mind wanders, come back to the breath. Be fully here now. Feel that you're present in this moment. You're resting in the now. There is only now. We rest assured all is well. And we continue to bring in this consciousness of being here now, knowing all the power is in this moment. We affirm these words knowing that they have power. We are in the presence of pure spirit. Our entire planet is immersed in the truth that life, love, health, and wholeness is our very essence. We radiate our wholeness as we draw on the one and only source of life, the Spirit of the living God. Spirit pours its quickening life into each of us. It pours its quickening life through our entire planet as we turn our attention to Spirit's healing presence. We trust Spirit. We trust it to restore us to harmony and health. And we know that everything not in tune, not in alignment with this harmony and health, return to the nothingness from which it has come. We give thanks for this, and we are grateful. So it is, and so we let it be. Amen and Ashe. Thanks for joining in today for a time for going apart, being into the present. I'll be back on Monday. Tune in on Sunday for our special live stream type service. So until then, be well, be safe, wash your hands, keep that social distance, and be kind. Call your friends. Peace and blessings to you.